Hey guys, what's up? I'm Rohit Khurana, your host on Intellect Digest, and today we have with us the HP Slate 6 voice tab. This is a 6-inch phablet. I would not call it a tab because I find it more to be like a phablet, a phone which comes with tablet-like large screen and has calling functionality. This is not too large per se. Let me give you a perspective by putting a Samsung Galaxy S5 next to it. This is a 5.1-inch display and this is a 6-inch display on the left side. The HP voice tab. In this video I'll talk about the design and build quality, display quality and touchscreen performance. I'll also give you a gaming and benchmarks review. After that we'll talk about the camera quality, specification, features. We'll also run a video to check the sound and audio quality of the phone. We'll talk about the battery life, price and value for money, and our take on this device. Starting with the design and build quality, the HP Slate 6 voice tab seems to be a nicely designed product. Materials could have been slightly better. The back has a textured plastic finish with HP logo in the middle, and there is Slate 6 branding down here which is very subtle. There is a camera module up here and there is a metallic bezel running all around, and this metallic bezel is golden, which gives it kind of a premium feel and look, but it feels slightly plasticky, which lacks the premium feel that we expect from a device which is priced around 20,000 rupees. Giving you a quick hardware tour, there is a 6-inch display here which gives very good color quality, and it has 3 buttons which are within the display only. There are no touch buttons on the bezel. On the top you get a 2 megapixel front facing camera. The speaker mesh is inside this mesh area which is provided on the top. You also get a bottom speaker which is used for playback. The primary microphone hole is situated on the bottom. On the right hand side you get a power or wake up key. On the left hand side you get a volume rocker key. Both are finished in metallic finish. On the top you get a standard USB port for charging as well as data syncing, followed by a 3.5mm jack on the other side. On the rear you get a 5 megapixel camera with autofocus and flash, and there is a secondary mic hole for noise cancellation which is also provided on the rear only. Let me open the back flap and show you what lies beneath. So under the hood you get a large 3000 mAh battery which is user removable, which is a plus point. You get 2 SIM card slots. It is a dual SIM device. This is the SIM 2 and this is SIM 1. SIM 1 is a micro SIM, whereas the SIM 2 is a standard size SIM card. You also get an expandable memory card slot. This is micro SD card slot. It has 16 GB internal memory and you can expand the memory further by adding a micro SD card. The build of the device seems good and seems to be nicely built. However, material choice could have been slightly better in this case. We do not have much to complain about when it comes to build. It's comfortable to hold in hand and it is not very heavy at around 160 grams. Besides a large screen size, it is fairly handy and feels good to hold. Now let's talk about the display quality, the quality of touchscreen and responsiveness. So when it comes to display, the first thing that you will experience is that the colors look very nice. The color reproduction quality here is very good. They come out to be really alive and the blacks are really deep black. So the kind of contrast that you get on this display is very good. The viewing angles are also impressive. Let me give you a quick gameplay to show you the responsiveness of the touchscreen. The color quality of the display is coming out good. The touch responsiveness is also good. However, I'm not very happy with the graphics because there is slight choppiness in frames when it comes to Subway Surf. This is a high definition display with 720p display resolution, 1280 by 720 pixels to be precise. The game is playing fine, but we see some choppiness in graphics here. Let me talk about the benchmark scores that we get. So here we get a score of 11,158 on the Antutu, which is not very impressive. This tab runs a 1.2 GHz quad-core CPU and it is a Marvel chipset. We have not seen this chipset on many devices and it performs kind of average. It is not very impressive when it comes to performance, and the score of 11,000 is also not what we expected on a device of around 20,000 rupees. This could have been better, somewhere in the range of 16 to 18,000, considering that the 1.2 GHz MediaTek chipset is capable of giving 15,000 or higher score. After Antutu, let's check the Nina Mark II graphics benchmarks. We got a score of 45.4 frames per second, which is kind of decent. It is not bad considering that this is a high definition display. It uses a GPU by Vivante Corporation. The renderer is GC1000. This is again something which is not very usual that we have seen on other devices. Mostly we see Adreno or Mali GPUs. This is something different. Talking about the specification, it is powered by a 1.2 GHz quad-core CPU by Marvell, has 1 GB of RAM, 16 GB internal memory, out of which around 10.5 GB is available to the user. You can add a micro SD card to expand the capacity by 64 GB. It accepts micro SD cards. You have 2 SIM card slots, so it's a dual SIM device. There are 2 cameras, a 5 megapixel rear camera and a 2 megapixel front camera. The display is 6-inch 720p display, and the overall performance of this tablet is kind of mediocre. It's not very high end. Let me talk about the camera quality of the voice tab, and it has touch to focus. The camera app seems to be basic. It is very much like the standard Android camera app which we find on stock Android and has not been tweaked much. The rear 5 megapixel camera is taking average picture, which are not very good in quality but not bad either at the same time. The sharpness as well as focus seems to be fine, and as you can see, the pictures come out to be pretty clear, and the display on this tablet is also making them look very good. Let me try taking a few shots. It seems to be focusing really well every time. The pictures are not coming out to be very sharp, but the clarity of pictures is good. The colors are natural and very well balanced. As you can see, the object placed right next to it and the colors look very natural. It is also capable of recording high definition videos. The front 2 megapixel camera also is very clear and is good for occasional video calling or video conferencing. Let's also talk about the video quality of this tablet. So this is a high definition display. I'm streaming a video from the YouTube directly, and there are dual speakers, one on this side and one on this side, both on the front, which is a very good design per se, considering the voice output when it comes from the front speakers left and right. It gives a very good surround effect. Let me play a video from our channel.
This is an XPS 12 convertible ultrabook. On the first look, it may look like a normal laptop or an ultrabook, but
the video playback is really nice. The audio could have been louder, but the clarity of audio is good on the HP Voice Tab 6. Now let's talk about the battery life, which is again a very important aspect for a large screen device, which generally uses higher battery compared to the small screen devices. This comes with a 3000 mAh battery, so this is around 1.5 to 2 times the battery size that you get on a standard smartphone, and this works well on the HP Voice Tab. It lasts for more than a day if you are a moderate user, but if you are a heavy user, it will still give you 1 day of battery backup, and this is really good for a large screen device like this. With a price tag of approximately 20,000 rupees, we find that the HP Voice Tab is slightly on the higher side when it comes to the pricing. The value for money of this device is good, but considering that you get much better performing devices in the same price segment, it is slightly overpriced. But you hardly get a very sleek 6-inch device in this price segment, which again makes it attractive. Some things that we really like about this device is the display, the clarity, the video playback quality, as well as the audio clarity it has to offer. Also, the sleek form factor makes it more desirable. Things that could have been better are the CPU performance and the GPU performance. Also, the quality of material used could have been slightly more premium. Otherwise, we don't find much to complain about this tablet. This is all we have on our comprehensive review of the HP Slate 6 Voice Tab. We hope you like this video. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up by pressing the like button below. For more such videos, stay subscribed by pressing the subscribe button. This is your host Rohit Khurana signing off. Thanks for watching.